Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of your show. That's right, it's the Kickout Crew. And I want to thank Ben Jones for being on last week. Really had a good time with him. He had a lot of heartwarming things to say, and he's a great guy. Unlike, how this episode's going to go. But, Brad, I don't even want to intro it because kind of pissed off that we have a guest on. So, whatever. Take it away, dude. Your show. Go ahead.
Come on, James. Don't be like that, man. But
Hey, we're here to have fun. Make it fun. Sit back, relax, fuck off. Go ahead, your show. Introduce it.
well, I'm not going to be the one to introduce him because it is Adam did bring a guest on today. It is someone to the dismay of Mr. Alcarai did not want to have on, but we're going to do it anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and kick it to Adam to go ahead and introduce our guest. So Adam, what do you got for us?
Oh man, I've gotten the pleasure of really getting to know this fella over the past couple of months since I've joined New South. And the only way to bring him on is to just go ahead and bring him. He's the New South, a former New South champion, and currently one of the biggest NWA stars in the NWA. It's Miami Ice, the Hot Tamale, the Giant Killer, Mr. Rolando Perez.
How's it going? I'm Rolando. You probably saw me on NWA and New South. I pinned Matt Cardona not once, but twice. Twice. Biggest moment of my career, so that's pretty cool. It's good to see all you guys.
Oh no, thanks so much for coming on.
No, man, it's a pleasure. I apologize about the rocky start. Definitely some stuff going on here right now. Apologize about that.
Rolando, you know what? We're used to that. For some reason, I don't know what it is.
With wrestlers, we got real life stuff on the outside too, so you got to deal with that.
We got to do stuff to support our wrestling habit.
James, you got anything to say?
Sure don't. Go ahead.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and
no. As always, you can follow us on all of our socials at Kickout Crew. Be sure to watch video episodes exclusively on Premier Streaming Network and listen to the audio. And hey, angrylemonade.net has your show's merch. So get some merch from your show. That being said, someone else talk.
All right. Well, we're going to do a little bit of a Q&A here before we watch a couple of the matches today, if that's all right. Devyn has 87 pages of questions for you. We're going to share the responsibility, but he is very excited. Huge NWA fan, to say the least. Kind of introduced us to it, broadened us a little bit, actually. So, and that's how we got to know you the first time we saw you. Actually, the first time we saw you was against Kenzie Page. And that is something we're going to get into. So, Devyn, go ahead, pal.
Yeah, Rolando, I am honestly super excited to have you on the show today. You're one of the most biggest up-and-coming rising stars, I honestly think, in all of independent wrestling. Surprisingly, though, you weren't on the top PWI top 500. Do you have an opinion on that?
Yeah, I saw it, and I saw that I wasn't on. I was a little disappointed at first, but all it did was just set a fire under me, just to work harder, keep getting better, keep praying for a better future, and eventually everything will work out. The universe has a really strange way of working itself out. So I'm excited to see where it goes, Always got to be optimistic in this really dark world of wrestling,
Oh, of course. Yeah. Well, despite not being on the top 500 chart, you did have two huge victories over Matt Cardona. What have those victories kind of done for your career, could you say?
Oh man, it definitely put my name in people's heads, people above me that I wouldn't ever think. I met Santino Marella and he already knew who I was. I was like, what? Dude, that's crazy. I was watching you 10 years ago on TV on Raw and SmackDown, and here you are already knowing who I am. And the kid in me was just super happy. But as far as it's done for my career, it's definitely earned me a lot of respect. And I feel like for a long time, people really did try to hold me down a bit because of my size. And it's just also feels so liberating to prove to myself that I was a superstar, not only myself, but to all those people too. So it's awesome. It really is.
Rolando, I want to jump. Go. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go for it, Brad.
I wanted to jump in here about your character. The character we see is the hair, It's the smacking of the ass. It's the bow tie with no shirt. Was that developed over time? When did you embrace it fully?
Uh, it was actually given to me. I didn't choose this gimmick, so I just kind of ran with it. And I did a character a few years ago called the Hot Tamale, which was very similar. Where I would go out to the crowd, I would dance and all of that, and it was very natural experience with this type of character. So all of it just came really natural to me, honestly. And it's just fun. It's fun shaking my ass. I love it because I can tell people love it too.
So I want to take that a step further because we're going to be watching these matches, and you're in character. I'm sorry if I'm breaking the rules here, but you're in character while you're doing moves and everything else. How hard is that for you?
Honestly, I just kind of take a moment to breathe in between every moment in the matches. I just take a moment and breathe and look at the crowd and just remember who I am. Really.
Yeah, because I
just
can't chew
breathe.
gum and run at the same time. You know what I mean? And I see you putting on a show here and at the same time doing a very athletic move. So well done there. And
Thank you.
I apologize, Devyn. Go ahead, pal.
You're fine. I'll get back to the NWA. Another big superstar that you faced over there or wrestler in the NWA. Superstar is more of a WWE term, I guess. But a wrestler in the NWA you fought was the former NWA heavyweight champion, Tyrus. He recently retired. Has Tyrus given you any words of encouragement or any words to help you further in your career?
Yes, he did. He told me to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm a natural for this business. He said. He did say I can work, and what that means basically is I can wrestle. And in today's world, when someone tells you can work, because all these people do all these crazy moves, flippity flops, and don't really give the people time to see what's happening. They don't register anything. So a compliment like that from Tyrus, that was pretty awesome.
That's been one of my favorite things about you since you came into the NWA. The NWA has a lot of these big, rough and tough wrestlers, but you came in with an instant character, and you were able to just really be a gimmick, sort of, for all of us watching at home. I've loved it so far, honestly. So
Thank
kudos to that.
I'm having a blast while doing it, man. Thank you.
So, Devyn, I want to jump in one time.
Oh,
I was talking to a mutual friend of ours, Rolando, a friend by the name of Cabana Mandan.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and he told me one of his favorite things he's done in wrestling itself, and the whole time he's been there, because he's been in the business for 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
He said one of his
As long
favorite
as I've
things
been
to do. I'm older than he is. Wait a minute. I'm older than he is. But he said one of the favorite things he's ever done was he did a thing with you. Well, you actually stole his name. So I was just asking, how was that? I got his side of it. I want to hear your side of it.
I remember that day pretty clearly. It was I came in for a seminar. It was I believe it was Jake Christ, and everyone in that seminar got to do a match, and I think it was like a 10-man scramble or whatever. And then Donnie Primetime, who was helping booking at the time and still does from time to time, he was like, "Hey, which one of you mother effers want to take a F10 or whatever?" But no one jumped in, and I was like, "I'll do it." So I went out there at a 10-man scramble that I do not remember, and I get F10 by Odinson, and that earned me a spot with Dump Sanders and Donnie and Cabana Mandan. And then I think a couple weeks later, I had wrestled at Pro South Wrestling. I think at this time I was 19. I was just a very inexperienced young man, and it was a fun time, a learning time. But I remember people ribbing me that I looked like Dan, and it became a big joke that he was my father. and so Donnie texts me a few days later, and because I had another booking, but it had fallen through. And so he hit me up and was like, "Hey, you want to come do this gimmick because you look like Dan?" And at that time, I really didn't have my foot in the door with any big companies. So I was like, "Sure, I'll do it." And that's how that came to be. They were having a match that next show, and I hit under the ring. And then I came out and did a little twin magic with Dan, and Donnie rolls me up, gets the win on me, where he can finally say he beat Cabana Man Dan. And so after that, we went into a long angle where I stole his name, and he had lost everything, and he went to wrestle. He had started wrestling as just Dan, and we had let that sell, and we had let that register for a few months, I believe. And then finally we had a blow-off match where it was Cabana Man Dan's careers on the line, and if he beat me, he got my name back. And I remember that match had basically no moves. It was just a fight. We were just creating moments, and we had people in the crowd crying, and we had boys in the back crying when he finally beat me. And that's just how well we were into this whole storyline. And I'd learned so much from that wrestling's not about moves, and wrestling is about moments and how wrestling makes you feel. It was a great learning experience.
My gosh, that was such a great answer.
And it was weird seeing him without Cabana Man, because he's been Cabana Man Dan since we were like 13. His backyard wrestling, everything. He's always been Cabana Man Dan since we were 12, 13 years old. So it's just weird seeing him without that moniker for that little bit of time. And I'm glad he finally got to win it back. But he said that's one of his favorite things he's done in the wrestling business by far.
Definitely. It was my first big angle. So I'll always remember it.
And then you turned on him. Then you turned on him and hurt his leg, and he's been out ever since.
Hey man, I can't help he's a poonie. I can't help he's a poon.
Ooh, there it is, brother. James, there it is.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I got a couple questions.
Ooh,
what's up, man?
So you play a good jackass. Does that come naturally?
Yes, actually it does. It does. I'm very good at being a jackass, but
someone
it's
say
not
it
right.
seems ultra real.
It's not right in real life, so I just rather be positive and optimistic in real life. You know, less people get hurt that way.
Follow up. Who do you think you are?
Rolando Perez. Rolando. Say hello to Rolando.
Miami Ice, baby.
Órale, vato.
Hey.
I'll put you 6 feet under if you mess with me, James. You understand?
Yeah,
I hear what you've been saying about me.
Least
I hear you, bro. Yeah. And if I ever see you face to face, I'm going to bash your head in. Over, and over again until you just can't walk no more, okay?
I hope you can jump high.
I can't. I have no hops. I
actually have met face to face, and I
got into wrestling with a lead ass.
Nah.
A lead ass. I couldn't do shit. But I eventually developed it over time by hard work and determination, for sure.
All right. So let's I'm gonna transition to something else. I don't know if you've had a chance to watch The Wrestlers on Netflix. Have you?
No, I have not. I honestly don't watch TV much.
Okay.
I usually just play video games and watch YouTube.
So really. I think we need to start a campaign, though. I think season 2 should be New South Wrestling, and we get you in there, Dump Sanders in there, and the Kick Out Crew podcast. That being said, what other organizations have you worked with besides New South and NWA?
I've worked with Game Changer Wrestling a couple times. I've worked for Nova Pro in Virginia, which they don't exist anymore. I wrestle for a lot of organizations that really don't exist anymore. But I've wrestled for Pro South Wrestling in Piedmont, Alabama.
That's why I'm there every Friday. I would love to see you come back,
dude. It would be a blast, man. It'd be a blast from the past. But I've also worked. I've had a couple extra spots with WWE and AEW. Those were fun. Gosh, I can't really think right now for some reason.
Right.
Oh, KFW.
What is it?
KFW in Tennessee. That's a great show. That's Kinsey Page Father's promotion. Great show. Goodness. That's all I can really think of right now. I don't know why I can't think of much right now.
Well, I'll tell you this. Devyn is chomping at the bit for this next question. So go ahead, Devyn.
Well, a few minutes ago, James called you a jackass. One of the biggest moments on NWA that I've seen in recent history was when you were facing off against Aaron Stevens, and he had you in the shopping cart in that Titanic Tampa street fight. Right before he shoved you into the stairs, he yelled, "I'm Aaron Stevens, and this is a jackass." So after that match or before that match, has Aaron Stevens been one of those leaders kind of at NWA to help mentor you at all?
Absolutely. Absolutely. He's watched, gosh, nearly every one of my matches. He always takes the time to take me and Rush Freeman to the side and give us critiques and what he hated, what he liked, what to keep, what to take out. And dude, it's been awesome. A lot of guys there are like that. Trevor has even given me some advice. Cordona, of course. Man, it's been a blast because you can only get better by surrounding yourself with people who are better than you. You know, if you're the best somewhere, you probably need to leave, you know, and it's awesome. It's been great. Aaron's been great.
Who do you feel like you've learned the most from so far in the NWA?
Myself, not playing. Matt Cordona.
There he is.
Great answer.
Matt Cordona for sure. That's for sure.
That's awesome.
For sure.
That's cool.
Well, I
imagine it's hard
All
to
of
learn
us.
something from somebody you've already beat 2 or 3 times.
He was definitely very I learned a lot about positioning and camera angles and where to put yourself in the right time for the camera. He knows a lot about the TV stuff. And I remember getting into NWA, it was a whole other ball game, man. Whole other ball game. With like all this TV stuff you got to worry about, cameras in your face, like way more than indie companies.
Yeah, I'm still learning that now, being the referee and stuff.
And like times are way more strict. Gosh. It's way more strict. There's a little more pressure, but very thankful that the NWA locker room is very easygoing. So
I've seen kind of a decent amount of new South talent coming into the NWA.
Yes.
Recently. How are you feeling about that? A lot of you young stars.
It's awesome, man. Whenever I see Kinsey and Kylie at New South, we chat up, we hang out, bro. And then I see Max. Max is doing amazing. She's one of the NWA television champions. That's great. Odinson, of course. I see him. We talk. You know, we smoke it up together sometimes.
All right.
What's up with that spray paint, though?
Do what?
What's up with this spray paint? When he comes to the ring, he's always spraying his face with that silver spray paint.
Looks cool. Everything. That's why we do everything in wrestling. Looks
Perfect
cool.
answer.
Intimidation.
Yes.
So Rolando, when I was getting ready for this, I watched a few matches, and it does seem like I watched this match between you and Soraya Saber, and you do a lot of intergender matches. How did that come to be?
It was my idea. Sometimes I just spitball, I just brainstorm in my head, and I think of storylines. And I don't know if you guys remember the original SmackDown versus Raw, where it's like you play as a character and you go in and you steal Tori Wilson from Renee Dupree. I was like, I want to do this with someone, and Soraya was perfect for that role. I felt like, and she's very young in her career, and she's only been wrestling for a year, so I was like, why not try to help someone out along the way while we can make a fun angle, you know? But that's how that came to be.
Wow, that's really great. That's really great. I'm probably gonna ask a few more questions, and then we're gonna get into the match. So, Devyn, I know you have like 89 more pages to go, but go ahead, pal.
All right, Adam, do you want to actually ask about another gimmick that we researched with Rolando?
Yeah, so we were doing some research and everything, and we noticed that you haven't always been Rolando. You had a name before Rolando.
That is right.
So what made you go from Daniel to Rolando?
Well, at this time, I was the hot tamale, Daniel Perez. And the short answer, Rolando just sounds cooler, and it's my father's name and my middle name. So,
okay, hell yeah.
But there is a whole story to this, too. It's when I became hot tamale to Miami Ice. I was at the Nightmare Factory. And, I'd been going there for a few months, and I remember QT had finally just told me, because he had just mentioned something about AEW Dark, and he mentioned that I need to get in shape. Like, this is a big thing in wrestling. Wrestling is all about aesthetics and all that. And he's like, you need to get in shape. I was like, yes, sir. So I started hitting the gym like crazy, started getting in shape. And then I was thinking to myself, I really don't have to do this comedy character anymore at this point in my career. And I want to transition into something a little more serious, a little more darker. And I was watching Breaking Bad that week, and a character, Tuco Salamanca, was a big character in season 1. And I just loved how he was this Latino gangster who just went crazy, just at the most random times. And I was like, man, I want to do that. I want to do that. And so like I did a little test run with it at training, and they were like, you kind of remind me of Scarface. I was like, I'd never seen that movie. So I checked it out, and I was like, Cuban gangster Scarface. And I've been listening to the radio, and there was a song by Young Gravy called Miami Ice. And I was like, that's the name. That's the name. Hot Tamale, Miami Ice. Come on, complete 180. Complete 180. But that's the story of Daniel to Rolando. And I've been Rolando ever since.
I remember when you come to Gadsden the first time. You come out and my daughter saw you, and she gave you hell the whole time. When y'all were over here at the was it the 310 on the tracks or whatever they call it?
Oh, yeah. I believe so. I was that the night I wrestled Hunter Drake? Did I wrestle Hunter Drake that night?
I think so. It's when it's when Dylan turned on Kinsey.
Yeah, I believe I wrestled Hunter that night.
So
That's a
you
fun
come
match.
out, and my daughter gave you so much hell, man, and I loved it so much. And I've been a big fan of you ever since then.
Thank you, man. Thank you. God, I watch that match sometimes. The only thing I can think about is I can see my underwear because I had forgotten my belt that day. You can see my underwear coming out of my pants that I wore at the time.
You had the big jacket, I think, and the white pants, I believe.
Yeah. Yes, sir. The cheetah print jacket. Still got it.
That's it.
To match those car seats behind you.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Gotta live the gimmick, brother. Gotta
I
live
love
the
it.
gimmick.
Well, what else? You got any more, Devyn, before we get into the match?
Yeah, you just mentioned Young Gravy. That's all. He's also the one that sings your theme song when you come out to the ring for New South Knockout. I love that song. Is kind of the gimmick. Did that help inspire you to choose him to be your theme song?
Yes, he did. His clothes, his style. I actually get more inspiration from him now, I feel like, or I need to, since he's more of the ladies' man, and I started going back to that. So definitely needed to be looking at him some more, dressing like him again, for sure, in like promos and backstage segments. I think that would be cool.
That would be cool. All right, one more NWA question real quick before we move on. You mentioned Rush Freeman a few minutes ago. There's currently been a huge split in the Spectaculars between Brady Pierce, Rush Freeman, and yourself. Brady called you, or pretty much called you out in his last promo, asking you to come and join him. So what are you going to decide?
Conflicted. Be honest with you, I'm conflicted. I mean, that's my baby brother. Then, in a lot of ways, he's right. I mean, Rush ain't got the cojones like Rolando. That's for sure. I'm so feeling conflicted. So wait and see.
I saw that answer coming.
Perfect answer.
Oh, here's the ending, folks.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, by the way, I decided to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't watch now.
guys, just don't order the pay-per-view.
Yeah. Don't waste your time. Yeah, we got it right here. Pick out.
Well, I'll just go ahead and tell you, we got a new champion too. Let me tell you who that is.
All right, let's
I'm the
move on.
champion.
I wasn't going to tell him, geez. But no, like, honestly, Devyn, I think had like 5 pages of questions because he got in a certain mindset earlier and just started writing questions left and right.
Hey,
Awesome,
time hits
man.
about 4:20, and I just start thinking, brother.
It's amazing.
You
Having
know
a
what I'm
blast so far,
thinking?
guys.
Is it time for a little rant and stand?
So every week, I do a little rant here, Rolando. So just bear with me, okay?
Okay.
What's up with it? No, I'm just kidding. So All right, the Eagles. All right, so as we record this, the Eagles played on Monday, and Philadelphia Eagles. So obviously, when this drops, it'll be a week later. I know, way past the time, James. I get it. Okay, but here was my issue. What was with this bullshit 7:00 start time? All right, I am in the car business. I work till 8:00, 8:30, 9:00. I got home and there were 6 minutes left in the game. This is bullshit. It used to be 9:00 when I was a kid. Now it's 7:00. And why was there 2 games on at once anyway? One was on ABC, one was on ESPN. They're the same freaking company. They're owned by Disney. But were they competing against each other? It's all bullshit. Now, James, second thing. This is something you were talking about. I don't give a rat's ass. All right, hold up. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. It's good. Great.
Woo!
What's all this garbage that, like you said, James, that Taylor Swift is not hot enough for Travis Kelce? First off, who's to say that? Who's to say someone's always hot in a relationship? Someone's not. It's in the eye of the beholder. And it's not like she's some trash panda. Like, she's still a good-looking woman. And how come no one's saying this? Well, she's worth $750 million and he's only worth 30. How come nobody's saying that then? Like, as a success story. I just can't believe people can trash her like that just because they think Travis is hotter than her, or vice versa. It's not nice. Move on. That's Twitter. That's X. That's garbage.
Oh gosh, social media.
So I was measuring.
You heard it here first. Brad thinks Travis Kelce's a gold digger.
I am not a tall guy. I'm 5'8", 5'7", 5 foot. I don't know. All I know is
my ass.
See, this is what I'm talking about.
5'5" on a good day.
All right, first off, this is what I'm talking about. I was measured 5'8". I don't care, though. The point is I have women that tell me you're way taller than that, or men that tell me I'm way taller than that normally, and I have women that say there's no way you're that. Why are we arguing?
This ain't
about
the
how tall
bedroom.
I
You
am?
can't just add 3 inches. This ain't the bedroom.
Hey-o.
Basically, a girl that's tall always calls herself a little shorter, and a guy that's short always calls himself a little taller. Leave me out of it, okay? I'm 5'8", maybe 5'8", maybe 5'7". Who cares? Why are you giving me shit about? Why are we arguing about this? You asked me the information. I didn't ask you. All right. Another thing. Now, as we record this, the pay-per-view has already happened for Wrestle Dream, and we had the Righteous in there. Does anybody think the Righteous reminds you a little bit of the Wyatt family?
A little bit.
A little bit, right? And by the way, I always liked that. Remember the AEW was saying how they always liked the big 4 pay-per-view concept? How's that going with 3 pay-per-views in a month, huh? James, I was watching an episode of Family Ties the other day, because that's what I do when my team loses. Notre Dame lost in the last play of the game against Ohio State, so I turn on Family Ties. And I don't know if you guys remember that show, but Mallory had a boyfriend
Michael
named
J.
Nick.
Fox.
Yeah, Mallory had a boyfriend named Nick who was very, very crazy for the time. He had long hair and an earring and wore a leather jacket. Oh, man, craziness. Well, anyway, he was an artist, and he had a piece of artwork that was called The Spirit of Columbus. And then afterwards, because they were trying to sell more of them, Alex started calling him The Spirit of Blank, James. The Spirit of Blank. Now, what you want to know about this, Rolando, is every week, James, it's the spirit of something. The spirit of something. And we always write The Spirit of Blank. So I just had to throw that out to you that it was The Spirit of Blank. Last thing, I'm getting home from work, and of course, there's a lot of traffic. The car in front of me let 5 cars in. What kind of bullshit is that? It is 1 and then you go. It is 1 and then he goes. You don't let 5 in at once and then I missed yet another green light? The hell with that. Back to you, James.
Man.
You have more happen in a week than I do in 2 months.
For real.
all the time.
That's it.
You need to stay home a little more often.
That shit happens here. 4:30. You know it. I know it.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. You're about as red. You're about as pink as your shirt right now, for sure.
Yeah. All right. That's right. By the way, it is October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Get your shirt over at angrylemonade.net.
Nice.
I know we're kind of pressed for time. Can we go ahead and knock out these matches?
All right, we're golden.
Well, I mean, I know he's sitting in his car. I don't want him to sit in his car for another 2 hours, you know.
We had him for as long as we wanted it. I don't know what the problem is. We text you on
I'll be
the side.
respectful.
You guys are good. You guys are good, man. You guys are good.
Oh, not according to Adam. I guess you don't get to talk, Mike. Sorry.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, Mike, what you got, brother?
No, actually, well, I mean, this week, past 2 weeks or so, they've been talking about the PWI top 10 and everything else. So I was just curious, and I was looking up, and I looked up the PWI top 10 from 20 years ago, 1993. So I was just going to give you all the list about that one. Tell me what you think. So in 93, number 10 was Scott Steiner.
Mm.
Number 9 was Kurt Hennig.
All right.
Number 10 was Rick Rude.
That's number 8.
No, he's. Oh,
You
yeah.
already said
Number
10. Scott Steiner.
Sorry. Number 8 was Rick Rude. Number 7 was Lex Luger. 6 was Ric Flair. Number 5 was Yokozuna. 4, Sting. 3 was Shawn Michaels. Number 2 was Big Van Vader.
Number 1 was
Yeah,
Bret
number-
Hart.
Number 1 was Bret Hart. That's what
He
my
was the only one
question-
not on the list, and it was 1993.
How does Luger get on there before Kurt Hennig?
Well,
Kurt Hennig didn't win a championship in that year. I
It
don't know.
doesn't matter. He can walk out to the ring and he's already better than Lex Luger.
I agree. I mean, but it's just crazy how times are from back then to now. Like back then,
Yes.
they were actually wrestlers and stuff like that. They were up there on the top 10.
Did you know
Back
Jeff
then,
Jarrett didn't make
we
the
have a
500
current
this time?
wrestler on. I will say, Scott Steiner with the the mullet thing. That's a bold statement, huh?
Yeah, Scott Steiner, not Scott, Rick Steiner was 16. So I think, like personally myself, Rick Steiner was a better wrestler than Scott was.
Mhm.
Oh, 16. Number 16. Like 16 years old.
Scott like 12.
Yeah, like wait a
He's
minute.
ranked number 10.
I'm older than Rick Steiner?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's all I got. I was just looking up some stuff and figured throw that out there.
Sounds fun, Mike. Thanks, man. I mean
Different
it.
time.
And what better way to watch wrestling and talk about wrestling than some food? So, Mike, what you got on Mike's Meat Minute this week?
Well, I did this, I guess, I don't know if it's for James or for our special guest, but it is football season. We do like to have some tailgates and some parties and everything else. So I'm going with another finger food today. I'm going to go with some mini pizzas. Get it, James?
Yeah, I get you. I can't wait to hear the instructions are unwrap the package, put it in the microwave.
No, these
Those
are
called
homemade.
Hot Pockets?
These ones
Pizza
are
rolls?
homemade.
Bagel bites. What we're
No,
doing.
they're homemade. Homemade. So what you need is get some pizza dough, and then you roll it out, and you get you like a little sauce lid, like maybe a mason jar or a spaghetti jar or something like that. Get you one of those lids, and you want to cut it up with that. That right there is gonna be your little mini pizza. So you do that with the dough. You want to add you some pizza sauce, some mozzarella cheese, and any kind of toppings you want on there. You throw it in the oven for 400 degrees, about 10 minutes until the cheese is done. You pull them out, and you got little sandwich size pizzas. Good little snacks and good little finger food type things you can have. You can have anything you want on it. Just little mini pizzas.
Nice. Okay,
Fantastic.
sounds delicious.
Many pieces. Uh-huh.
Take
Yeah.
those and some ranch, mow down on Sunday.
Yeah. It's like those little bagel bites, only better.
True.
All right, I think it's match time, James.
It sure as shit is. And what match is that? Well, I'm glad you asked. It is Tyler Franks versus Rolando Perez. Huh.
Oh,
From
okay.
New Level Pro Act 2, The Crowning. It took place November 4th, 2022 at the Jacksonville Public Square in Jacksonville, Alabama. And I forgot to write down the match link.
Nice.
So I think we're doing this watch along style.
Yeah, Brian, you still around, pal?
Why not a producer?
There we go.
There it is.
Hey!
And there's Brad.
Hey, Brad. Hey,
everybody.
James.
Okay, here we go.
One
One
ball.
goal.
Introducing first.
He's standing backwards.
Yeah, fix the goal.
Where's the hard cam?
Professional podcast. Here we
That's
are.
all,
There it is.
please.
So,
Frankie boy. We're actually teaming right now at KFW, actually. We're wrestling Ricky Morton and Gary Morton at Black Harvest in a few weeks.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, boy, the ring is right there on the edge of the damn road, ain't it?
Yeah, it was in the square. It was right in the middle of downtown.
I love this
We
environment.
had a lot of
I know
people just dropping
exactly
by.
where that is.
This was a fun show.
It looks fun. I love the sit outside and watch middle of town. You know, just I don't know. Just looks like something I'd walk up to.
All right, here I am. Now the
Here we go.
show begins.
Here we go. Indeed.
Kind of sounds like Swerve's entrance, huh?
One drop kick.
Look at this.
Look at that stud. A chain and a bow tie. I like it.
Thank you.
That beard is on point.
Actually grew mine.
It always is, baby.
I knew that we had the chick thriller or whatever, you know. So, but you know, it looks skanky. I look homeless, so I'm probably gonna shave it after we're done. You are definitely committed to the character. I'll give you that. But is it a character, or are you really like a jackass in real life?
Both. Wait and see. We'll meet someday.
I'll run away. Don't worry.
I'm pretty fast. Pretty fast.
I'm not. So I'll need some I will say you sell.
Look at me. Look at tan. Tan right here.
What is it with wrestlers and tan? What is that? Because they swear that like
Ladies and gentlemen,
Makes
I
you
am
look better.
joined
you
on
like a plus
commentary
on your abilities
by
when you're tan.
a man who says
The man of New Level Pro.
no, that is
Forever champion.
Hold on, Tyler Frank's just spitting
Is
his
there any way
hand.
we can turn the commentary on?
Yeah, because he's a classy man, Miss Faith. Tyler Franks is a classy man. See that?
Listen, I don't know what happened to you. You used to be a very nice young man.
Hey, who said I wasn't nice, Miss Faith?
Did you just see the first match?
Now that
I didn't
sounds
do
like a-
anything.
Oh, come on.
I was
Listen,
chilling.
Listen, we're gonna come back to that. Look at this match.
Ooh, man. See,
Okay.
that's the power of Tyler Franks right there, Miss Faith. Right there.
Oh, that hurt.
Absolutely.
Chops always hurt. They never
Got
feel
Tyler
good.
Franks, Rolando Perez. Rolando, who recently got a pin on Matt Cardona.
Somehow, some way.
2 pins actually. Miss Faith.
Hold on, Franks.
Oh,
what
yeah.
a stomp of the hand.
That's what I like to see right there.
That's what you like
Take
to
it
see.
take it to Rolando. He deserves
Franks
it.
is
He
such a
deserves
good
it.
town wrestler.
He's evil. He is
So smooth in the
evil.
ring. Wrestling him was so easy this time.
No.
Rolando,
Oh,
some
man.
fast-paced offense here with Rolando and Tyler.
We get it?
Ooh,
Selling for me like a champ.
that's right,
Making me
Tyler.
look like
Show
a
him who's
superstar.
boss. No.
Good
There's a kick out
transition.
at 2.
Oh,
Fun
wow.
commentary.
Oh, I know.
Oh, my God.
Hunter Drake.
Yeah.
I don't like
Perez
this.
is on
Classic.
fire.
And Faye dated you before, Rolando? That's what she says.
She what?
Look at
Wow.
that.
Dated you
Rolando
before in
having
commentary
fun at
Wow.
the expense of Tyler Franks.
Look at this clown, Rolando.
This clown.
I'm sorry,
Boom.
brother. I couldn't really hear you over the commentary.
All right.
We're working on it.
Go re-ask it. We're good. We're good on my end.
Okay.
All right. Well, what was that, man? I'm sorry.
Miss Faith said that y'all were engaged. True or false? Work, shoot.
I was supposed to marry Miss Faith one time. Yeah, that fell through, unfortunately. There you go. There you go. I love chopping people too. Makes me feel tough.
Makes you feel tough.
Did Faye ever call you?
What about getting chopped?
Right?
For some reason, I love it. It hurts, but I love it. I love the sound of it, and people always react to it. So when they're good, anyway.
This is a really good match. You guys have a lot of great chemistry here.
Thank you. Thank you.
You do a really good job of selling. I'll give you that. You make us feel like we're there with you in pain while you get your ass beat.
Rolando, you ever been hit by a kendo stick?
Yes, I have.
I heard it
Several
doesn't hurt
times.
at all. Is that true?
What's up?
It doesn't hurt at all, I'm told.
It actually hurts pretty bad. God, like kendos. I would rather get hit in the head with a chair than take a kendo stick to the back.
Wow.
Any day.
Braden
Any
Toon
day.
told me he'd rather be dropped on tacks than be hit by a kendo stick.
Chairs aren't that bad. I never thought chairs were that bad. I've never been
Hey,
slammed
Brian.
in tacks. I've yet
Hey,
to see
Brian,
a
if you'll let
definite
me,
One day I will.
share the screen, I'll do the match.
Oh, you lost it.
Oh,
We couldn't hear nothing, so I'm going to share it real quick.
looks like we got some editing ahead of us, huh?
It was golden on my end.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything Rolando was saying.
Oh no, you're good. Let's see here. Oh, go.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how far we got in the other one.
No, that's all right. There it is. That's what I was talking about before with the posing. Actually stopping them, and you would fit right in with Sammy Guevara, and
Only
Chris-
six gods.
Thanks. That would be awesome someday. That'd be
Oh
cool.
boy, howdy. Yeah, that'd be a good piss break match, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, a little bit of Daniel Garcia right there.
This is the Bronco Buster. Classic move. X-Pac, Rey Mysterio.
You ever give the stink face or no?
No, not yet. I've thought about it. I think God, I was wrestling a kid at New South a few weeks ago, and someone dared me to do a stink face, and I was gonna do it, but for some reason I just forgot. I just forgot about it.
Was that you and Brennan?
I believe so. Yeah, that was me and Brennan.
I got a strange question here. What was the temperature this night? Were you warm?
Yeah. This was November. I think it was pretty lukewarm. It wasn't that hot. It felt pretty good outside.
It looks great.
Yes.
It looks like a great night to wrestle.
Well, I like at the beginning of the match, the sun's kind of setting, and then now we're getting to that dusk area. It's a good view for sure.
God, this was a fun match. Me and Franks have so much chemistry. I've known Franks for years. I remember I met Franks when he was just setting up the ring. Him and Hunter were just setting up the ring at New South. They had never taken any bumps. I've been with them since day one, man. They've been a couple of my best friends, and I love them to death in real life. But yeah, that's
Now
why I
Hunter
had so much
Drake's-
chemistry.
He's now the New South heavyweight champion.
I know. I'm
Yeah,
excited for
thanks,
him.
Braden Toon.
I can't wait to see where that goes. The things that they're doing, the Heartbreak Killers and all that, having Brogan and Rico come in too, a couple of great young talents, and hopefully I get to square up with them soon. That'd be a dream of mine.
What about Brogan getting the tryout?
That's dope. I mean, the dude's a natural, so that was gonna happen. That was gonna happen, man. And dude, he's gonna rock it. Because I've never wrestled him, but I've watched several of his matches, and he always knocks it out of the park every time. I thought super fun to hang out with too. Pretty chill guy.
So Rolando, what
Seems
I
like
was
he's cool.
saying, and we couldn't hear because of the noise, but
Mhm.
was that Faye on the announce team said that she used to date you.
Yeah, well, I didn't exactly date her. I was trying to swoon her over to me, but she just wasn't. She just wasn't. Not all the ladies are into Rolando. I got humbled real quick. Not all the
She
ladies are
she
into
knew
Rolando.
once she gave it a shot, she knew she'd be hooked.
We'll see where it goes. See where it goes. I need to talk to Miss Faye. She's a sweet lady.
Yeah, she put you over big time in this match. She has a lot of good things to say. Well, Hunter Drake has nothing good to say.
Yeah, he shits all over you on this match, and then she's actually on your side. She was even clapping along with the crowd and stuff.
Yeah. That reminds me of something else here. You're playing a babyface in this match.
What?
And in the
I
other match,
know.
you're a heel. You're a heel.
Mhm.
But you're the exact same character. Now, I know someone else that was that way, and that was Mr. Eddie Guerrero. Is that one of your inspirations?
Yeah, for sure, dude. Like when I was hot tamale, I would come out in long tights with flames like Eddie, and the mullet. That's literally where I got the idea from, was Eddie Guerrero. And I remember when I went to the barber, I I showed her a picture of Eddie Guerrero, and I was like, I want it like this. So yeah, of course, Eddie was a big inspiration for me.
Well, there's just so few guys are able to do that. They could be the exact same character and be heel and babyface. Another one would be maybe Macho Man. But you do a good job of pulling it off because here they're cheering for you. The other match we're gonna watch later, they're not.
Thank you, man.
I think they're both maybe facing the other one.
Maybe so.
I think you and Vinny both were facing that match.
Maybe I've just watched too many Rolando Perez matches lately, and I'm getting confused. I spent my last Friday Rolando Perez train.
Hope you learned something.
Oh
They,
shit!
they bill you from Miami, Oklahoma. Is that factual?
They bill me, yes, in NWA, they bill me from Miami, Oklahoma. I believe that's where Rush is from in real life. And apparently there's a Miami, Oklahoma. So that's where they announced me from.
I think there's a Miami in like 18 states.
Oh, really?
I think, I mean, that's an exaggeration, but I know there's Miami, Ohio, Miami, Oklahoma, Miami, Florida.
Texas.
Yeah, Miami, Texas. There's Miami's in like 5 or 6 different states.
So when I tell people from Miami, I'm from Miami, which Miami?
It's weird seeing this referee with white shoes. I've never seen that before.
Oh, Cowboy Troy. Oh my gosh. God, that's a 17-year veteran, brother. Put some respect on his name. I love Cowboy Troy. God, I remember he was a referee for one of my first ever out of, it was not like out of state booking, but one of my first.
Oh, 2 count.
Mr. Perez is frozen. For those of you at home that didn't hear anything there.
Shows out of training, because I was originally trained by Mickey Henry. Can you guys hear me now?
You were originally trained by who?
Mickey Henry.
Oh God, don't admit that.
Yes. No, I love admitting it, because it shows like I started literally from the very bottom.
Right there, that's Boaz for people who don't know. That's Boaz, Alabama.
Boaz every Saturday night, 431 Sports Arena, baby.
$3. Me and Cabana Man did a lot of wrestling in that building.
Me too, man. I remember every week I would wrestle like twice a night. I would do like a singles match earlier with some guy, and then we would have a tag match later with another babyface against his partner. I started out as babyface. I was not a heel for like the first year I was wrestling. I remember back then people in that locker room didn't think I could be a heel because I was so small and innocent looking, apparently. And so I was like, you know what? Nah, I don't agree with you. So I remember leaving and tried being a heel at Pro South. I actually did a character called Daniel Devyn before the Hot Tamale. It was like a prototype Hot Tamale in a sense. I remember I came out on like a fedora, a cheetah scarf. I came out to Applause by Lady Gaga because I wanted to do this sexy boy gimmick because I had known a wrestler from Boaz who I hold dear to me. He's my first mentor, Michael Pleasing. Have you guys ever heard of
Oh
Mike?
God! Oh my God, dude! You
Apparently
talking about a
Adam has.
damn good man and a
Very
great
good
wrestler
man.
for a big guy. Michael Pleasing was. Oh God, I can't. There's not enough words in English language to say how nice of a guy he is.
Well, he's
Dude,
got the right last name.
I strive to be like that man every day, because he pulled off the sexy guy gimmick so well, even though he was an older man and he was obviously out of shape, but he just pulled it off so well. And after he passed away, I wanted to kind of carry his name or like carry his legacy in a way. So I was like, I'll do this same gimmick he did and see
That's
where it
awesome,
goes.
man. I didn't know that. That's awesome.
That's it's a very deep part of Rolando I don't really tell many people about. So you guys should feel honored.
I had a couple of matches with Michael Pleasing. One of my
Really?
last matches was in Boaz.
Huh? He's so easy. He's so easy.
Oh man, it's when if you just walk by him, you wouldn't know he's a wrestler, but when he's in the ring, you're like, man, he was born for this.
He gets it. He got it. He definitely got it. Great man. I think about him every day, just about.
That's
Good
awesome,
man.
and I did not know that. That's awesome.
And then eventually that became hot tamale because of I'm Hispanic, and I remember Charles Anders kind of made a joke where he was like, "You should call yourself Hot Tamale," and Donnie Primetime and the mongrel Britt Jackson, they were like, "Make that, be the Hot Tamale, be the Hot Tamale, be this sexy boy Hispanic," and it worked out.
There it is. The big win.
You know I was winning. I'm Rolando.
Oh boy.
How many times did you wrestle J Rod and Boaz?
I don't think I've ever met him. I don't think I know him. I've never heard that name before.
He was a redhead, skinny guy, and talked all the time.
Sounds like trouble.
Real skinny and
Mm.
I remember I wrestled back during that time. I wrestled the promoter of this show a lot, Cal and Jay, and his uncle, the Mob. I wrestled those two like every week. Another guy by the name of Rockstar Cody Wild. I would literally wrestle the same people every week. And I remember me
That's
and
old
Cody
school.
Wild, for real, me and Cody Wild were like in this feud for the cruiserweight title, and I would win it one week, and then the next week, all of a sudden, he was champion again. And how do you explain that? So Mickey Henry would just get on the microphone and say, "Oh, he beat him in a show in Mississippi. He won his title back. Let's see if Rolando can get it done tonight, get his championship back."
does that sound
Daniel.
familiar? Go, Rolando, go.
At that time, it was go, Daniel, go. Go,
Oh,
Daniel,
God.
go. I mean, hey, say what you say about it. It worked. It worked for those people.
I mean,
man.
I learned a lot. I mean, I bust balls with everybody at Boaz. But that's probably where I did the majority of my wrestling with Cabana Man was with him. And I was actually partners with Mickey Henry's son before his son passed away.
That was a
Rolando,
long time ago.
before we move on, I will say this: your biggest heel moment to me was when you faced Kenzie for the champ. When she faced you when you were the champion of New South. You came out with. This is where this all stemmed. This is where it all started with James. Honest to God, this is where this whole James problem with you started. Was that match when you came out? It was just so unique, and you were just so unlikable, which is what you're supposed to do. I get it, but anyway, I just had to mention that before we move on because we didn't talk much about you and Kenzie, but that was a great.
I do want to ask one question about the match that we just covered.
Okay.
Since
I
we
wanna
didn't
ask
really
one
talk
question.
about it too much. Your finisher, it's one of my favorite things. You finished
Thank
off
you.
Tyler Franks with a big boot. Who inspired you to do that? Is it the late great Test?
It was actually Medusa who pitched the finish to me.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
But yeah, it was Medusa that pitched it to me, and I just ran with it. Everything that every idea that's presented to me or they think that works for me is I trust them. They've been to the big time. And so I just run with everything they give me. I'll just make this my thing. I'll just run with it. And
I love it because
so far it's gotten over.
You're not the biggest man out there, but you get him down on one knee, and then you can hit him with that big boot perfectly square on the chin. It's great.
Thank you, man. Thank you. It's a little, I guess it's a little inside joke because of my height, but I want to call it the bigger boot. What do you think of that?
I did see online.
There we go, the biggest.
I did see online they have you listed as 5'8" as well. So
5'8"?
I get it. Yeah,
that is a lie. I'm actually 5'9". But shoot, I'm like 5'1", 5'1", 125 pounds. Yes.
All right.
You got to own it.
You gotta absolutely have to own it.
Definitely do.
I mean, you can't change it. Like I can't like take a pill and I'll be magically taller, you know? So you just got to carry the swag you got. You got to carry your swag, not give a crap. You know?
The only other man that I've really seen at the professional level your size is Marco Stunt. Have you guys ever crossed paths?
I've never wrestled Marco Stunt, but yes, we have crossed paths a few times. He was actually first time I ever met Marco Stunt, I think, was in 2017. I rode with Michael Pleasing to a show in Columbia, Tennessee called Mayhem, and he was there. He was working the show. And I remember he's even smaller than me. Like he looks like a kid. Like with me, I was blessed with facial hair and a manly appearance. But I thought he was a boy. I thought he was a kid. Like for real. Like that's a shoot. I thought he was a kid. But then I saw his match and I was like, whoa, dude, this guy, like he can go. And at that point I knew he was going to be something special. And I know right now he's not wrestling. I think I'm not sure what he's doing, but whatever he's doing, I know that the universe always works out and he'll be good. You know, he's a great dude. I wrestled his brother. Logan before. We had a great match. Couple of good guys. In my opinion.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool.
All right, James. Moving on, right?
We are moving on. It looks like we're moving on to Devyn. So welcome back to your show. Glad you could join us this week. Some would say we missed you last week, and I wouldn't be one of them. But now that you're back, I guess go ahead. What you got for us this week?
Yeah,
Let's
go
catch
Niners.
up.
Well, I'm glad to be back. I was off with family last week. I'm sorry I missed you, Ben Jones. You're one of my good buddies online, so it would have been great to talk to you in person. But so my topic this week. So there's only like 3 months left here in 2023, but there's still a lot of movies going to be released that are pretty big names. So I just want to know if you guys have seen any of the trailers for any of them, or if you're excited for any of them so far. So
on
I got
December 25th, I'm seeing the Iron Claw, if they're going to name that.
All right, nice. Hey, my boy Brady. My boy Brady's in that movie. That's gonna be awesome. That is
one of them that I was gonna talk about. So yeah. Anyone else excited to see that?
Oh yeah, Savon Harris, man, from Texas.
Thrill Billy, baby, Thrill Billy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I just love seeing wrestling get like mainstream attention, so that's cool. I'm excited for that.
I still don't see how the guy from Shameless is going to play Kerry Von Erich, though. I mean, there's a big size difference there. A big size difference there. He's built, but come on, man. Kerry Von Erich was into 6 foot something, right?
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. I'm a big fan.
It's cool seeing a big name actor like Zac Efron in it too.
Yeah,
I think that's really cool.
He looks tremendous. Yeah.
Hey, gosh. Must be nice to have that Hollywood money.
Let's all keep in mind, though, it's going to be a sad movie.
Oh, yeah.
Why? What happens?
Not a happy ending, for sure.
I don't know.
All right, something that's not sad, though, is Good Burger 2.
Yes, I'm definitely watching that.
With Keenan and Kel, I'm excited for Good Burger 2.
Come on.
It's one of my favorite movies growing up, to be honest.
Yeah, 20
I
years
used to watch
ago.
that VHS all the time, man. I used to love that movie too.
Welcome to
You're in
Good
your
Burger,
20s.
home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
They're in their 50s or 40s, whatever. It's what are we talking about?
Great.
I'll see it. I like them.
Yeah, drink a little bit, smoke, whatever you gotta do. Sit
Sounds
back
like
and enjoy
regular
that
night
one.
for you,
It'll
huh?
be fun. But if you're feeling like being a little scared, well, Saw X is coming out. I don't know if
Right.
any of you guys have saw any of the previous Saws or if you're excited for this one at all, but I'm probably gonna watch it.
I've seen some.
Never been a horror guy myself, honestly.
Our producer guy's already there right now watching it.
What?
All right, so I got two more.
All right.
The kids one on the list. I think it's the fourth movie of this one, but Trolls Band Together is
There's
gonna be
4
out.
of those?
And starring
Yeah.
the reunion of NSYNC.
Boy, you can tell you're engaged about to be married, brother. I'm telling you.
There's 4 of those? When did 3 and 2 come out?
I'm pretty sure this is the fourth one.
Is it
I
straight
think-
to video? And that's not a thing anymore. Straight to stream?
Right.
Nope, going to the theaters.
Oh.
And
I better get caught up then.
Fourth one. There's no way
last
this.
but not least, on my list, I'm not sure what number this one is, but there's been what feels like a handful of them. Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Great
Yeah,
name.
that's like 4.
Nothing like a good songbird and snake.
That sounds
Have any
interesting.
of you guys read the books or watched the previous movies?
Nope.
My daughters have. I'm old.
I'm
I'm
hungry right now. Does that mean anything?
Rolando, I'm old, man. I'm old. I have kids as old as you. Not really, but
Yeah, really.
Being close.
19 is not. He's not 19.
We'd ask Adam your age, but we'd get 7 answers, and we just have to figure it out.
Hey,
Adam
Fame.
told us Braden Toon was 30, so.
Braden Toon is not 30.
I told him 25, and I just went with it when they kept asking.
He looks 30, but I think he's like 19.
Whoa. There it is. Starts here.
Right? We'll be in the fucking
Dude,
video package for the match.
Rolando, he calls me sir every time, like 60 times. I'm like, oh
He's
my
so
god.
polite. He's so
Yeah, too polite. I'm trying to have a good time here, sir.
polite. He's got
Well,
such a good
sir,
heart.
if you're done, I'm done with my segment, so I'm going to swing it back over to you, James.
All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna play hot potato, and I'm just gonna go pass it on down to Adam. So, let me count the ways this one's gonna go. So, Adam, go ahead.
All right, so as we're recording, there's a big thing in Huntsville coming up. It's called the Comic-Con,
Yes.
and it's a big anime convention, and it's gonna be my first one going I've ever been to. First time I've been to any kind of Comic-Con, Comic-Con, any of it. And I'm looking at some of these people, and I don't know any of it, so I'm gonna be totally lost. But I'm really looking forward to going to this.
Same, brother. I don't really know who they are either. I've watched one anime, and it was Attack on Titan. It was awesome, though. I love that show. But that's the only anime I've watched. I love kaiju stuff, so anything with big monsters, I'm into.
They're doing like different card games. They're doing Magic the Gathering, Dungeons and Dragons, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh. They're doing all kind of stuff, man. It's insane what all they're doing. They're even having mature party games for ages 18 and up.
Hey-o!
Okay. Oh,
Friday
man.
night and Saturday night.
Oh, Rolando's gonna have a blast.
Yeah, get all oiled up for that one.
Yeah. One time I had that referee rub baby oil on me before
Who,
I
Adam?
wrestled.
I haven't done that yet. All I did was take his shirt or something off, or hold his chains. I didn't oil him up yet.
It was Cowboy Troy. I had him rub baby oil on me in the ring before I wrestled Preston Vance in AEW. because he's a big body guy, and at that time I was pretty husky, so I put baby oil on and flexed like I was a bodybuilder, and then he beat me in like 10 seconds. It was hilarious.
He's a
That's
monster.
great.
He's a monster.
It's just gonna be just a big weekend at the Von Braun Center in Huntsville. So I'm just looking forward to that. New South has 2 shows, Friday night, Saturday night. But and I know Orlando's got a couple of matches coming up, so it's gonna be interesting to be a part of it. I'm definitely gonna be avoiding the swirlies that Rolando's gonna be giving out.
Oh, you're first on the list. If James were there, he'd be first. Better be there.
Well, you better get help picking me up. That's all I gotta say.
Oh, I don't need. I got all the help I need right here, baby. I can lift mountains with these guns. Okay?
Pack a lunch. You'll need it.
Oh, brother, I eat 6 meals a day right now. I pack my lunches every day. Every day. And you're my next one.
That's better what James has been packing here lately. Hey, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
All tip, no shaft. What's up, ladies?
Right. The thunder thimble, baby.
We know each other pretty good here, huh?
I think I'm going to pass it off after that one. I can't do better than that.
Oh man.
I'm done. I can't do better than that.
Well, appreciate that, Adam. And I guess it's my turn to try and top that. As the outline reads, the spirit of being face to face with your nemesis. The guys decided to pull a fast one on old James and get old pretty boy Floyd on the show for us today. I will say, you do a good job portraying the gimmick, because the first time I saw you, I was like, oh, look at this jackass. And then it just kind of stuck, and the hair, the chain, the bow tie, pretty much, the vest, maybe no vest, maybe ridiculous jacket and all that stuff. So you do a very good job committing to, is it a character? Oh, wrestling.
It is. It's a character. My shadow. I like to think of it as my shadow.
You cast a shadow?
I cast a big shadow, buddy.
Hey.
Very big shadow. The biggest shadow.
With the biggest
Biggest.
boot.
Yes, sir. The bigger boot. And it's coming for you, James. See your face, Walter.
I mean, whenever you're ready, I'll be nowhere near. So,
Oh.
go ahead and book it. Card subject to change.
I missed my flight, damn it.
Travel issues. You know how those airplanes go. Just
If we wrestle in Alabama, you're definitely going under, brother. I don't do the jobs in Bama.
So many jokes, right?
Hell. Maybe we can book something. Maybe I'll get old Dump on the line and be like, hey, you don't know me, but and I am not trained. I'll sign a waiver if I need to.
I'll give you a few lessons in the ring.
Is that a promise?
Oh, it's a promise. Rolando never lies.
Oh, that's a lie. You call yourself a sexy boy.
Oh, Well, that is of course subject to opinion.
Fair.
If I believe it, they believe it.
I've seen it.
Because if you come out portraying a jackass, then yeah, I do believe it. That's a very good point. I definitely heel in my book. Every time I see it, like, hey, I'd pay money to watch somebody beat him up. So you're doing good on that. I appreciate it. But yeah, pumped you're on the show. Just couldn't hold my excitement all week when I found out the news.
I can tell.
He had no idea till I sent him the video you made for me. He had no idea. I said, hey, James. He said, hey, Adam. And I sent him the video. He said, you son of a bitch.
For real. I was like, well, here we go. All this talking done caught up to me.
Well, truly, it's been an honor getting to know you guys. And I've had a pleasure of telling you a little bit about my story. So it's been fun, guys. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. And see, Brad, that is the spirit of being face to face with your nemesis.
You know, we were face to face with you once, Rolando.
And I didn't say a damn word.
It was
We were in we were in the Von Braun Center
Mhm.
for the GCW versus New South show, and we went up to Braden Toon, saw you there, and because I was with James, I pretended like I didn't. Thanks, James.
Well, I didn't want to wreck a good time at that Von Braun Center, so I just, kept it cordial because we were in public.
Right. But there was a ring.
That
Hey,
it was.
And the amount of gussets and fucking thumbtacks and kendo sticks, I was not gonna get anywhere near that.
By the way, Mike took home one of those gussets.
Yeah, he got one
Really?
of the gooch gussets. But
All right, well, so what do we got next, James?
you know what else I dig? Our second match.
Oh,
And boy, howdy, can't wait to talk about this one. Some would say it'll be like me watching it for the first time. But what match is that? It is Rolando Perez versus Vinny Pacifico from New South Action Clash episode 89. Took place at the Mort Glosser Amphitheater in Gadsden, Alabama. And what date? Well, October 15th, 2022.
That was my sister's birthday.
Well, be damn. Such a family man wrestling on your sister's birthday.
Hey, they came to the show. They were here this night.
Did you make
why
them
is
pay?
it so dark?
Did you make them pay or did you give them
It's
tickets?
an outdoor show.
Both were outdoor, huh?
Yeah, this amphitheater is like, I don't think it's even there anymore. But I didn't get to go to this show because I was out of town for something.
It
What
was
was the date again, James?
October 15th.
Where the hell were you, Adam?
I went out of town for something. Because I remember me and Dan were talking about it. I didn't get a chance to go to this one.
This was a cool show.
We I watched this match and I kind of suggested it to the guys because we're also Vinny Pacifico fans as well. You guys had some good chemistry here. What did you think?
Oh, dude, I like this match. I remember I had wrestled Vinny before. We were already
shit
very
kills
familiar.
me, dude.
There we go. Smacking the house.
Got to get him into it. But me and Vinny had wrestled a few months earlier when I was the champion. He was one of my defenses I had. I don't know why this match has never aired anywhere, but we wrestled at the YMCA in Gadsden. We had a fun match. And so we knew each other from there. And I remember he was very excited to wrestle me. He was like, I remember we're going to have a banger. We're going to have a banger. He was so excited for it. I remember we went out there and we had a banger. And I was very happy that I gave that to him. That's what he wanted. That's what I gave him.
I see you're both working on body parts in this match. Do you like that style of wrestling? Wearing them down like that?
Yeah. Rolando has to. It makes sense. Makes sense for me because every opponent I'm in the ring against, I have to. They're always bigger than me. Always bigger than me. So I always have to find ways to chop everybody down in a way. So yes, I love that style. I especially like working the legs. But I don't think I do in this match because Vinny is a similar size to me, obviously a lot beefier. But, Rolando's got the tenacity of a bulldog. So I got this one in the bag. Oh, yeah,
James
here we go.
There it is. James was talking shit on you, by the way, to AJ Kazana. And AJ almost came through the computer to beat the hell out of James about it. So just wanted to let you know about that.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah, no problem. We're just going to keep it going, James.
AJ's cool, man. I love AJ.
Yeah, great. I had a great time with him on the show. Maybe this will live up to it. Who knows?
Spectaculars had a great tag match against him and Anthony Andrews when they're U.S. tag champs.
Thank you. That was a fun match.
I feel like you're being more of a showman in this match than you were in the last match early. So that's why I was saying maybe you were more of a heel in this match, even though the shaking hands thing happened.
Mm-hmm. I just go out there and be me. I think to let the audience know what you are, I think you have to, as a heel, you let out all your aggression and all your anger on them. But as a babyface, you do it to your opponent. And that's a way to let them know, psychologically who to cheer for and who not to.
There it is.
So I just play the same character, but I direct my anger and aggression towards the crowd. If I'm a heel and as a babyface, I channel that aggression towards them, and I let the crowd know by doing the little dance, at the right time. I let them know that I'm a good guy. I don't know. It's weird. I just be me, and they like me. So
Saw a match with Pacifico and Wardlow on an AEW Dark, and I think it went about as well as you and Preston Vance.
Gosh, oh, Wardlow, that's a nice guy. I like Wardlow. The shot I did with AEW, my first shot with them, I wrestled Wardlow. Yeah, that was my first match with them. It's on YouTube on one of the Darks from
No
a
kidding.
while ago. But I remember in that match when he pulled me down for the power bomb, my pants come down a little bit, and my little tamale comes out. But thank God,
jalapeno popper.
yeah, thank God with the power of TV editing, they got to edit the shot where you can't see it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Never know what's going to be said, huh?
you never know. That really happened. But hey, they said I did a good job, but my penis came out.
What Wardlow have to say about that?
Do what?
What Wardlow have to say about that?
I
Going
think
for the powerbomb.
He just laughed about it.
At least it didn't happen during your Bronco Buster.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I think I would have won by knockout by that point.
Hey, there it is.
Getting back to the match.
Oh, yeah,
Just a few seconds ago.
So good.
Vinny's got the upper hand on me here.
Yeah, just a few seconds ago, your bow tie fell off. Is it challenging wrestling in that bow tie?
Yes, it is. Sometimes they even fall off on TV, but you just got to go with it. Like, all right, it falls off. Just got to forget about it. It's a risk. It's definitely a risk wearing that bow tie. Oh, here we go. Oh, it took me
Big
down.
clothesline. Big clothesline. It looked painful.
Classic way to cut your opponent back down. Okay. Big. Oh, big body slam.
Are you cognizant?
That's a good transition.
Like, I gotta sell, and keep my facials going, keep all this stuff, or is it just like a natural thing now? Or do you constantly think like, okay, keep grimacing, keep selling, keep doing this, or do you just like do it natural?
A few years ago, I thought about it a lot, but honestly, now I've been doing this. March it'll be 8 years, and now I've had so many matches. Like literally, it just comes natural to me now. Really, it does. But you just got to take that moment to breathe, because when you're wrestling, you think of it as a shoot first, then a work later. So I'm thinking, okay, if I really got slammed here, what would that really feel like? Yeah. So, like the point I made earlier, if you believe it, they believe it.
Very true.
I don't want to be choked.
Oh, I love being choked, baby.
You find out at the 18 plus party that Adam was talking about.
Speaking of, did we ask you who your favorite referee was in New South?
Cowboy Troy. No, you did not. Yeah. Cowboy Troy, man. Dude, he's
They mean currently for New South.
right now for New South.
That's in the area talking to you right now.
That might be part of the kickoff.
What was his name again?
Patrick O'Malley.
Why is your favorite referee Jared Fritz? He's a friend of the show.
Oh, Jared's awesome. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
He don't know how to count to 3. He doesn't know how to count to 3, brother.
It's only because of negatively. That's the only reason why I did that.
Man, I don't know what happened with all that. I know it was dumb saying something in your ear, go for something.
Right? He was screaming, "Tell him to do a DDT." So I'm trying to count to 3. I'll tell him I was playing it off like don't paid me.
Man, Vinny looks pissed off.
Oh.
Here we go. The showman time.
Again?
The dancing.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we're fine.
Yes, go ahead.
And here we go. Bronco Buster.
The camera got right in there.
I think I did. I cut out for a second. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh, you're
No,
good.
you're
We're just
fine.
watching you give
Oh,
Vinny a
okay.
Bronco Buster with his mouth wide open.
Oh, I thought that I cut out, but honestly, man, like with the whole referee not counting 3, you just got to move past it. Just got to move past it and live another day. You know.
Oh yeah, luckily it was right at the beginning of me doing it.
Dude, you hadn't been doing this like a cup of coffee, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I just started in July.
Yeah, dude, don't.
And he
sweat
hasn't
it.
shut up since.
You're gonna make mistakes. Like your first few years, man. Your first 4 years. I feel like I didn't start getting this until like 5 years in. It takes a minute. This wrestling is a lot harder than you think. It's very hard. Like,
See, the wrestling part was actually easier for me than the referee stuff because all that kind of felt natural. This is a whole different ballgame.
oh yeah, but in terms of like, having to do stuff on the fly.
Oh yeah.
If you get in a situation where you have to do things on the fly and stuff, like mistakes are gonna happen. It's all
we
good.
just saw it last week on AEW whenever one referee just stopped counting.
Wow.
Oh,
I feel bad for him in that situation, but
oh yeah, that's on TV. It's on.
I feel like he froze. We have a good friend. His name is Pondwater Dave. He does some refereeing as well, and he really stuck up for the guy.
Nice. Oh, big kick out by Vinny there.
Because everybody on X crucified him. Yes, big kick out by Vinny. I think it's time to put Vinny away, huh?
I hated that. I don't know why I did that. The whole clap thing kind of makes you look desperate in a way in front of the crowd.
Is that why you do the side slap? That's kind of like a different form of it?
Yes. But like a lot of times you got to let the crowd naturally get behind you. If you feel like they're not in it, you might as well just go home. This was a good match, though. But sometimes crowds are a little weird.
I know it's not
I was in New Orleans when this was going on. I went to SmackDown when this was going on. I remember now.
Oh, great. Thanks. We got the payoff on that one.
I've been sitting there looking for it this whole time.
Yeah.
Oh, great angle slam. Also, did not like those forearms I gave.
I wrote that down. Angle slam. This is, I know the word snug is not the best word in the world, but you guys seem like you're getting it in pretty good in this match.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's how, like, a lot of smaller guys like it, man. They like to get hit. They like to hit because we are smaller and we got to hit. Because if you don't, then it just doesn't look as believable, So you always got to lay that stuff in when you're a smaller guy. But I didn't like him because I feel like I should have given him less punches.
Has he been in the business longer than you?
Vinny?
Yeah.
No, I think I've been wrestling longer than him.
Because I feel like you're leading the match.
And there's the big boot.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. I do like to think of myself as a ring general.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not to sound overly cocky, but
there it is.
I like to think I am.
Yeah, that was a good match, and yeah, I definitely felt like you had control of it. I guess just watching so much wrestling now, I pick up on stuff like that, but very well done.
Thank you, brother. This was a good match. God, my beard was on point at that time, too. It was getting so big and full. I don't know why I trimmed it down so much.
Nah, we need change in our life.
Right.
All right.
Great match. How'd you guys feel about it?
I love it.
Coming around on you, old Rolando. Coming around on you.
Hey, if you're pressed for time, Rolando, you're more welcome to head out, brother. If we're wrapping up, I mean, it's up to you.
Okay. Yeah, it is getting kind of late.
Yeah, as we've had you for
at the gym,
pushing 2 hours.
But I have enjoyed my time, guys, for real.
No, well, dude, it's thank you so much. I know I've been trying to get you on for a while. I hate being in the locker room and be like, hey, man, you going to come to my podcast? I hate doing that because it sounds, it just sounds bad.
Try asking someone to buy a car, same thing.
Start off as their, just be cool with them, Just start off with a natural conversation, let it flow to that point. But people never bother me. Like, I've noticed, like, I felt honored when you asked me to be on your podcast for real. Like, I know they say, like, some people used to say don't get pictures, like, with your heroes and stuff, but that's bullcrap. Oh, that's bullcrap. Take pictures with whoever you want. Talk to whoever you want, you know?
Yeah, I think it's about just how you handle it.
Mhm.
Be respectful when you do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Always be respectful.
Yeah, don't do
Yeah,
it when they're in the middle of the bathroom break or if they're eating supper. Don't do it then.
We have good etiquette. Don't worry about that, Rolando. But we really appreciate you coming on tonight. This was a lot of fun. The matches were fantastic. I've been a fan of you for a while now because you put on a great show. So thanks so much. It was really nice meeting you.
Very nice meeting you guys. Thank you.
Hey, you want to put your socials out real quick before you head out? Or
Sure, I would love to. You can follow me at Rolando_Pro98 on Instagram and Twitter. And you can find me on Facebook at Rolando Perez.
Yeah.
TikTok
And
is
now-
something I need to get into. TikTok is something I need to get into.
Yeah,
check him out, New South, NWA. I mean, my man's everywhere, man. Thank you so much for coming on, brother.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure, guys. Peace
And
out.
I'll see you this weekend, brother.
Hi, baby. Love you guys.
Thank you,
You too, man.
Rolando.
Hey, it's just us.
Well.
That was awesome.
Son of a bitch. Am I a fan of Rolando now?
Dude,
Yeah,
I mean,
we're a fan about 5 minutes in.
What a mother, what a son of a bitch. I
Hard guy not to
Rolando,
like,
once he
man.
jumped
Hard
on, I
guy
was
not
like,
to like.
damn it. I'm gonna end up liking this dude.
James, the minute he starts talking, beginning, I'm like, oh, James is screwed.
For real.
That was
It's
so
hard,
cool. And
hard
for
to
him
heal
to,
on that guy for sure. I mean, it's easy to heal, but it's hard to heal on that guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, try healing on Amy. It's about the same.
But yeah. Shout out Rolando Perez. I will probably not be cheering you, but I will respect you.
I can't put him over enough, man. He's, dude, so much respect in the locker room.
For real, he starts talking about all this like motivating every day and blah blah blah. I'm like, this motherfucker, he won me over like 2 sentences in. And I'm like, damn it. Supposed to hate this guy. But hey, sometimes that's the spirit of being face to face with your nemesis. Maybe it's just a big misunderstanding this whole time. But it's not a misunderstanding. The hottest rising segment in podcast today. You know it. I know it. How long will it be around? We don't know. But it's Waka 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 with Adam. So Adam, take it away.
So I didn't write these down, and I just went to a site to find a couple of corny ones.
plagiarism.
They're all
It's
plagiarized.
borrowing. We call it borrowing. But where'd it go? How did the pirate get his ship for so cheap?
He stole it.
I don't know.
It was on sale.
I was thinking of something arg.
That was a good one.
So what did the shovel say to the sand?
Scoop me up.
I really dig you.
Boom.
He could have said that to the dirt too.
Well, I figured I'd throw it in for a little different.
That's what I'm
Sand.
saying. Had nothing to do with sand. Yeah.
So what do you call a monster with a high IQ?
I don't know.
Frankenstein.
Damn it! I thought of Frankenstein.
Frankenstein.
But he was the doctor.
Correct.
So why did the bed wear a disguise?
He wanted to cover up.
It was undercover.
Ah,
I get.
Waka
That was
waka
good.
waka.
So what do you call a wizard who's good with ceramics?
Harry Potter.
Harry Pottery.
Oh.
The guessing's fun.
My neighbor gave me a new roof for free. He said it was on the house.
Yeah.
I like that one.
he's right.
And where do surfers learn how to surf?
In the sea.
At boarding school.
But
Go ahead, do it. Do it, Devin.
Waka 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 waka.
Ah,
I forgot.
So that was, I don't know how many that was, but that's
that
enough.
was 7.
Yeah.
Well, I've got like 73 more.
Oh, we're good.
We're good.
He
we have
found a list of
we have a
80.
late submission for a Waka Waka, though.
Look like you're never mind.
We have a late submission for a Waka Waka. This one comes from James from Melbourne, Florida. What does James and pirates have in common? Always chasing that booty.
Hey!
Hey-oh. Look at Mike.
Waka waka
Mike
waka.
loves jokes.
I do. They're great.
Oh, and this is from Randy Okara.
Oh, Lord.
I tried catching fog the other day, but I missed.
Nice.
Yeah.
MIST missed.
And again, there's different-
Randy.
there it is.
Yeah, that reference is not going to age well moving forward because nobody's going to know what the hell you're talking about.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Randy.
Freaking WWE.
Right.
There's got to be a lot to that story. I don't know what though, but there's got to be.
Well, there's a lot to this story because there's a charming addition for Rolando.
Yeah, he left. Thanks, Adam. Thanks for taking a guest off the show when you said coming up on 2 hours has really been an hour and 10. Remember, he was
If I
late.
could talk
we
about
started
it really
six, that's
quick.
right.
That was an awesome guest. We've talked to so many different wrestlers and so many different stars. Rolando truly was a freaking star, and that was great to interview him. For him to, an 8-year vet, like he said, to take time out of his week just to come talk to us 5 knuckleheads on the podcast for a little while, like it's truly honorable. It's cool. So thanks, Rolando.
So before I get into this very charming segment, I forgot something from the rant and Stanton real quick.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So remember a couple weeks ago when I was saying about the celebrities on Facebook? So Tony Storm Robinson put this out today. I would love to spend the weekend with one lucky fan anywhere in the United States. Inbox me your location. You could be the lucky one. And you have 50 jackasses sent in their locations and said, just DM'd you. What the hell is going on? Are you serious? This is real?
It's probably the same person running every single account.
For real.
Their stupidity is making me sweat. All right, so we're going to do a little keep, get rid of, and use once. But in this case, it's going to be watch once, watch forever, and get rid of forever. And the other one's going to be listen to once, listen to forever, and never listen to again. So these are very charming movies because we had a very charming guest today. We had the stud himself, and he was very charming. So these charming movies are what we're going to talk about. Elf,
Yes.
Clueless, and Fever Pitch. Devin.
So my favorite Christmas movie of all time is Elf. So I'm just going to start by marrying that one. I'll watch that one at least 5 times a year anyways. So I'll just bump it to 1,000 and marry it.
Marry it. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Is this some kind of other game you're
I
talking?
mean, I'm gonna
keep.
watch it forever. I'm gonna
Yes.
keep it forever. The
Marry a
one,
movie.
what were the other two? It was Fever Pitch and
Clueless.
Clueless. Okay, Clueless. That's a fantastic movie as well. I've seen that with Erica.
Grief. Boy, you can tell you're engaged.
But I am a huge fan of baseball. So
I was gonna
the
say,
one
dude.
I'm gonna watch one time is Fever Pitch. Even though it's a Red Sox movie, it's still a good movie. So I'll watch that one, and then Clueless has got to go.
You know
Or
what's
it's gotta
funny
be the
is
one
I
don't keep.
I scratched one out because I knew you weren't going to know it, and I put Fever Pitch in there to trick you. Because the one that was here was when Harry met Sally. You're too young for that. You're way too young for that. So we put Fever Pitch in instead.
Is that
You
Ben
know they had
Stiller?
to reshoot that
He's
movie.
still too young for Clueless.
No, it's Billy Crystal, and yeah. yeah, I knew it. See, I knew it. All right, go
I've
ahead,
seen
Mike.
one Billy Crystal movie, and it's a TV show with him and Josh Gad.
What? You ain't
Fantastic.
see City Slickers? Man.
That- He was not anywhere near alive.
Well, I've seen Porky's. I've seen Animal House, one of my favorite movies. I wasn't alive then.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Kids these days.
Right.
That Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan.
Yes, Meg Ryan.
I'll have what she's having.
Yeah.
Very
And you don't know what
fun.
that means, Devin. You don't know.
And
It's-
Carrie
I saw-
Fisher.
And even in real life, he doesn't know. Boom, roasted. And you don't even get that joke.
I saw WWF redo it with Mae Young.
What movies we got again?
We have Elf, Clueless, and Fever Pitch.
Elf is the one I was forgetting. I'm keeping Elf because that is a funny movie. Clueless and Fever Pitch. I guess I'll watch once Clueless and get rid of Fever Pitch.
You ever see Fever Pitch?
No, that's why I'm
Okay.
gonna get rid of it.
Recommend it. Go ahead, Adam.
So I'm keeping Clueless because I love Alicia Silverstone and Brittany Murphy.
Oh yeah, Brittany Murphy.
I forget about Brittany Murphy now.
She played a weird character in that, though.
Yeah, but she's still hot.
Like some kind of skateboard
I
stoner
don't think
shit.
I thought she was hot yet. I think I thought she was hot later.
She was
Go ahead.
cute in that movie.
She was cute. She was cute. That's better. That's
All
better.
right. Getting rid of Fever Pitch, and I'm gonna use once Elf.
Okay. James.
Well, Paul Rudd still has not aged since Clueless, which is pretty funny. But I will say, I guess I kind of altered. I'll watch Elf forever because I like Will Ferrell. Not really a big fan of that movie per se when it comes to Will Ferrell projects, but I'll watch that one forever. Or I'll keep that one. The get rid of has to be Clueless because I have seen that one a million times due to my older sister and her friends. As if.
Whatever.
Yeah, for real. Cool soundtrack, though. I'll give it that. And I guess I'm losing the baseball movie. I like Jimmy Fallon, but losing the baseball movie because
You said you were gonna get rid of Clueless.
Oh, that's right. Fever Pitch. Hey, I'm gonna watch that one time, huh?
Don't forget about Stacey Dash.
Go Jimmy
Stacey
Fallon.
Dash is in Clueless too.
Yeah, the redhead.
No, Stacey Dash, the black girl with what's his name?
Oh yeah. She's hot.
With Donald Faison.
They called the one girl a Monet. She looks good from a distance, but it's a mega old mess when you get up close.
Stacey Dash is amazing.
That's what they say. I'm taking lines, paraphrasing lines. Anyway, I'm going to marry Fever Pitch. I think that movie's awesome. I'm not a Red Sox fan,
Arian
but I
or
was.
keeping it?
I'm gonna. I can't do it either. I'm gonna watch
Arian's
it.
playing.
That's what she said, Devin. I'm gonna watch it forever, and I am getting rid of Elf. I think Elf is overrated. I'll watch it. I think it's overrated. And then I'm gonna watch Clueless once because I can only do it one more time. I like you, James. I've seen that movie. I have seen it
million times.
So now we're gonna go with charming songs. We have Tears in Heaven from Eric Clapton, Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel, and Imagine from John Lennon.
I thought you said charming songs. These are all like, do you know the meaning behind every one of these songs?
They're very charming.
They are not.
They're so charming. Go ahead, Devin. Do you know any of them?
Well, since it's charming, I know John Lennon is one of the greatest vocalists of all time. And since it's about charming music people, artists.
Okay, great.
Charming artists, he's the one I'm going to keep forever. I'm going to let him sing to me all the time. Eric Clapton, he's also got a fantastic voice, but I'm not a big fan of him, so I'll just listen to him one time. And then since I already forgot the third one.
Sound of Silence.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yeah, charming as fuck.
Yeah, we'll let that one go.
It's a very charming song. Go ahead, Mike.
Secondary Devyn. Whatever he said, I'm going with.
Dynamite drop it. All right, Adam.
All right, so I'm a huge Eric Clapton fan, so I'm keeping that one. Sound of Silence, Sound of Garfunkel was good. I prefer, whoever we did, I can't remember the name now.
Was it Avenged Sevenfold?
No,
Simon and Garfunkel.
No,
Disturbed
somebody
covered
else has redid it, and I'm going to get
Disturbed.
blasted
Yeah,
for
that's
not.
been redone. I think all these songs have been redone.
Disturbed.
Disturbed, yeah. I prefer the Disturbed version better, but I'll use it once, and then
Damn, can we bring
I'm
Rolando
sorry,
back
John
on
Lennon.
his heels out?
You know, the thing is, I actually put the artist next to it just to help everybody understand what songs they were, but it could be any version of the song. So that's fine, Adam. I love all three of these songs, but I'm going to get rid of Tears of Heaven. It is a very sad song. Imagine is going to be my listen to once, and Sound of Silence. I think everything Simon and Garfunkel did was awesome. So thanks for playing, guys. Thanks for playing, Rolando. Thanks for getting rid of him, Adam.
This is a bridge over troubled water now.
That's a good song too.
Yeah. Do I get to answer, or are we just ignoring me?
Mike said, I would second everything Devyn said.
Yeah.
James didn't answer.
No, I didn't answer, right? Fuck.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
I apologize. I
So,
apologize.
so which one's the charming one? The one about darkness, or the one about somebody's son dying? Like, which one's charming?
They're charming songs. I'm going to keep saying it just like
Tears
that.
in Heaven
They're
is about
charming.
Eric Clapton's toddler
Listen,
son dying.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it, James. It's very charming. Very, very charming.
Oh, let's see here.
You ever talk to your dog or cat and like, you're
don't
such
have
an
pets,
asshole.
Brad.
You're such an asshole. You're the best asshole I know.
I don't have kids or pets.
We say that while we're testing each other in the group chat.
Right? Oh man. Well, I guess I better be talking before this goes Sound of Silence. I like that song. Tears in Heaven's pretty sad. What was the other one?
Imagine all the
Oh,
people.
World Peace. Yeah. I like John Lennon. That song I've heard
Good
a lot,
song.
but I guess I will.
The people.
Sound of Silence, I'll play forever. I like that song a lot.
I'm going to play all these songs later.
I'll listen to Imagine once, and then I guess Tears in Heaven has to, go.
Okay. That's it, guys. Thanks for playing.
James, why don't you have any pets?
Because my apartment doesn't allow them. And that's another upkeep. I have enough time upkeeping myself, let alone, feeding and sheltering another
I don't think I'd have a pet if I lived alone. I think that is a
I wouldn't mind having a dog, no lie. I wouldn't mind having a dog, but dog food, shit and piss, tearing up my couch, chewing the shit. I don't want to gamble like that. Yeah, all right. I could just get a mini pig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, this motherfucker, okay, comes up on the porch to eat like the dog food and everything else, but he's short and fat, so he kind of has a hard time getting up there. Instead of like going down the steps, he just rolls. It's great. It's okay. It's like
Big body, little legs.
Yeah. He just goes.
All right.
Seems like
That's
that'd be a fun
fantastic.
thing to watch. You know what else would be fun to watch? I don't. So Devyn, clue us in.
You know what's going to be fun to watch, James? Is this Saturday. It is my wedding. This is the final Kick Out Crew episode that Devyn Dowling is.
We'll be on.
No. That Devyn Dowling
So when
is
everybody
not
listens
married.
to this, she'll be married.
Gee, he's going to be
Uh,
Mr. Erica Briggs.
No, this is by our release date. By this release date, it will be the final show released before I am married. There's still will be one
I'm
more
taking
on
her
the
last
recording
name.
schedule. But
Progressive.
no, she is taking my last name. But
So much for the
I'm
bachelor
super
party.
excited.
Thanks, pal.
Yeah.
I've been with Erica for over 10 years now, and I'm super excited to finally tie the knot and make her my wife. And be a husband.
Congratulations, Devin. All jokes aside, congratulations. We're all real happy for you, even Jay.
Thank
Yeah.
you, Brad.
You have your
back to you,
forever
James.
apple picking partner.
Yeah, I do. She's the Miss Elizabeth to my Macho Man.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Getting deep now.
Yeah.
Ooh,
You know, they didn't work out too well.
Well, I only think about the 80s. That's the only time frame I'm thinking about. Only
What
the
the
80s.
hell? She's my Pam to my. Oh, wait a minute. No, not that one.
Ooh, I was about to make a very
He's my one.
moving on.
Yeah, we don't need to hang around on that one.
So we don't know what we're doing next week yet. So stay tuned. How's that, James? You're about to take a sip.
Fuck yeah.
So,
Well,
get home, pal.
it looks like it's time to step up to the plate. And hey, if you're going to step up to the plate, you might as well swing, right? Don't just watch the pitches go on. Oh, wait a minute. This is a wrestling show, not baseball, because, shout out to the Braves. Shout out to Acuna, 70-40. What's up?
And thank you to everybody that listens to us on Premier Streaming Network.
Hey, watch.
Yes.
And watch.
And appreciate the feedback. Appreciate the love and the support from everyone for sure. We are the Kickout Crew, but, more importantly, you are the Kickout Crew, because you know what? It's your show. And you know what else is yours? Your life. So if there's oppression and things just weighing you down, putting you down, bringing you down, guess what? Rise up from that motherfucker like the Phoenix. Because, as we learned from our guest today, you can get pinned 1,000,000 times. But here's the trick to it. Kick out 1,000,001. Always. Always throw that shoulder, because tomorrow's a new day. And guess what? Who knows what tomorrow may bring? But you won't know what tomorrow will bring unless you kick out at 2. Because that's what we do, and that's what you do on your show, The Kickout Crew. And hey, I want to thank Rolando Perez again. Maybe not so much of a jackass. He's actually a really good guy. And with that, I'm ending this episode because I've been too nice. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Peace.